Well, good evening, Tubies. It's Lord Ision, and I'm just here adjusting my sacred veil. We're going to go out and have an adventure, so come on along. And here we are in the night under a waning moon. Somewhere our moon is there. I'll find it yet. It may not be up yet. But it's so good to be with you. It feels much better than it did earlier today. Today was a really hot and humid day here. Normally Washington, D.C. area is literally like subtropical, and in fact it's classified as a subtropical climate in the summer. But all summer it's been pretty dry and cool. Today was the first real Washington day, and I'm really surprised because we're like mid-August and it's just now getting to be the traditional summer. So I really can't complain. Anyways, that being said, it's nice to walk tonight and the air is cooler and a little drier. I tell you, I've had a really great day today. Today I taught my psychic development class, and so many of you came out to it. We had a really great turnout and a really great class today. Today we studied spirit guides, and I taught on how to connect with your spirit guide. We had so much information to cover that we're actually going to continue that subject this upcoming Saturday. So if you missed today or couldn't be there for whatever reason, you can still learn about this subject next Saturday. So this upcoming Saturday, we are now taking registrations for that class. So we're going to have Spirit Guides Part 2. And even if you weren't at Part 1, you'll still be able to follow along. We're going to do some recap this upcoming week about this week's class, and then we'll have some more stuff. We're going to talk about how to connect with your deceased loved ones in this next class, so you definitely want to be there. If you want to register for my psychic development class, just go to my website. The link will be below. It's PsychicBob.com. When you get over there, you're going to see a header that says Psychic Development, and below that will be a PayPal button. Just click on that, enter your information, and that will be your class registration. We're holding the class via Zoom. And what I'm going to do is next Saturday, I'll send out a link about 11:30 a.m. Our class is going to be from 12 p.m. Eastern U.S. time to about 2 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So 12 to 2, it's about a 2-hour class. I would love for you to be there. So register today. Class space is limited, and you can register at PsychicBob.com. Thank you so much for all your wonderful support. You know, I really enjoy doing these night walks with you guys. The witches of old spent a lot of time out under the stars. A lot of them studied the patterns of the moon and the stars. And I like to do that too. I think when you attune to night energy, it gives you a kind of a deeper and more mystical perspective. Now, you know that I am definitely a sun worshiper, but I'm also a moon worshiper. And I think that each of them have their own unique power and blessing. I've also been talking with my Reiki teacher today. Some of you know that I've been pursuing Reiki for the last year, and I'm working on my 2nd degree study, and I've been really busy and haven't had a lot of time to put into that. And today I reconnected with my Reiki teacher, and we had a really great time. We're going to have more training this week, so I'm really excited because, you know, if you've never studied Reiki, it's a whole mystical system into itself. And I'm really excited about working with that energy. So we'll have more about that. In fact, my teacher's name is Reiki Reverend, and we're going to have him on the show in the coming weeks. So I'll let you know as we coordinate our schedules. But we're going to do more with Reiki here at this channel. So I hope that you'll stay with us. You know, I'm scanning the sky, seeing if I see any stars or planets or UFOs. When you get out at night, you know, you have to watch the sky as well as the earth. Definitely watch where you're walking because it's dark and you don't want to trip. But don't forget to be so engrossed in the earth you forget the sky. Mother Earth and Father Sky, they have their own personas between night and day. I'm curious if any of you go walking at night. A lot of people say PsychicBob is dangerous to walk at night, and I suppose depending on where you live, it could be. I don't know, I've been very fortunate. I've always found that wherever I've lived, it's been very peaceful at night. I've never had any problems. And as a Wiccan, I tell you, it's so nice to be able to really go out and experience that night energy. You know, today reminds me of this kind of humid night of when I was a kid. And I would play with my friends. We'd run barefoot across the lawns at night. We'd stay out till 10 o'clock at night on the weekends. You know, back in the 1970s, parents were different. There was not so much fear. You could just go out of your house at 9 o'clock at night and run to your next door neighbors or down the street, meet your friends, and you just tell your mom, hey, I'm going to meet Johnny down the street, and you would just walk. And kids were like that back in those days. I'm curious if any of you remember that era of the 60s and 70s when kids just ran free. It's different today, I think, but tonight reminds me of those fun summer nights. I'm wearing today my scrying pendant. You guys can see that. It's made of pewter. It's got the moon goddess on it. And on the other side is a black onyx scrying disc. We're going to use that today, and we're going to talk about that. But first, we got to get over here and settle down a little bit. So here I am at this wonderful bench that sits at the edge of the park. And I've got in hand here my beautiful scrying pendant. It's a little hard to see, but there's the face of the goddess with the crescent moon in her hair. Her hair is long and curled and blowing. It's just a beautiful piece of artwork. It's sculpted pewter, and on the back side's a scrying disc. Now, for those of you who love to do scrying, this is a great way to oops, I just dropped it. This is a great way to have a scrying instrument with you at all times. If you buy a scrying pendant, you wear it as jewelry, and it's with you all the time, and you don't have to worry about carrying a giant crystal ball and breaking it, or like I love my scrying bowl, like I love to water scry, but it's hard to carry a whole bowl and bottles of water everywhere. So when you wear jewelry like this, it allows you to go on the go and have a magical tool with you. So I'll be honest, scrying pendants are usually not very cheap. This one probably runs about $30 or $40. But you know what? I've had it for years, and I've kept it clean and nice, and it works amazingly well. So we're going to settle down and see what images come to us today. When you scry, you want to just hold your scrying pendant in your hand, just attuned to its energy, and just, as I say, all the time, relax into it. Don't force it. Just let it be easy to do this. I don't see our moon tonight. Last week we had the amazing full moon. But it'd be really cool if we could get the moon reflected in it. I think if you have a scrying device, you should take it out under the moon as much as you can. Charge it. What you're seeing are street lamps. But it kind of looks like the moon. We'll just settle down, look into that. It's amazing because even a tiny little pendant like this, as you scry, one of the experiences that you'll have is that it feels like it opens like a doorway, like it's a much larger doorway than the actual physical size. As I'm looking at it, I'm being pulled into it. It's an open place. It's deep and dark. It has an inky energy. It's like almost like clouds moving in the ethers. Sometimes when you scry, you'll hear sounds, and if that happens, that's okay. Right now, I'm hearing wind blowing. And this is not outside. This is within the scrying mirror. And then it's like I'm seeing like dark clouds moving. It's all very dark and windy. It doesn't feel scary. It's very calming, actually. Rather mystical. And now I'm starting to see a moon emerge. It looks like a bright full moon is coming out of dark clouds. What's interesting is I'm seeing that moon emerge from the clouds, a bright, shining, silvery white moon. And what's weird is as I'm looking at the moon, it's becoming dim. It's like turning grayish looking. And it's getting dark. It's literally like a black disc. It's like somebody turned the power down and it's faded to black. But what's really fascinating is that it's a black disc. It's blacker than the sky surrounding it. So I can clearly see a black moon, a disc. It's the dark moon. And I can see it against the sky. It's so beautiful and fascinating. I'm hearing a voice. It sounds like the goddess. She speaks with such beautiful tones and she says, "Yes, I am the goddess. I am the goddess of the dark moon. Much of your journey is focused on the bright full moon, but know that I, Isis, have a dark moon aspect. When I was in my time of mourning for Osiris, I donned veils of black in my time of grief, as I searched the world over for my love. From this time of sorrow came an awakening of great power, and so I am available as the silver moon mother, but also I am the dark moon mother. Know me in both aspects, for each have their own blessing. When you think that your life is lost and that there is no hope, you may find that in me, the dark moon mother, there is the beginning anew. Darkness does not equate to destruction, but to a time of separation, a time of inner focus, a time of renewal. Now, what's really fascinating is as I'm looking at this black disc, it's like a black disc, blacker than the black sky. So imagine a dark circular disc against a dark sky. It's darker than the sky. The sky is almost like charcoal gray, dark charcoal gray, and the disc is pitch black. That's what I'm seeing. And the goddess says, she said, in me is much depth, depth of soul, depth of character, depth of truth. And when you think that all is lost and there is no hope, she said, look for this black disc in your inner vision. She says, stare now upon this disc. So I'm staring at the disc. Wow. As I'm looking at the black disc of the dark moon, there's like a silver shining edge. It's like the outer edge is now glowing. So it's a black disc, but it has a silver edging. And she said, it is true that in the darkness, the light can be found. This is so beautiful. It's just sparkling and bright and glittery, like a glittering edge around this black disc of a moon. And Isis says, she said, in darkness there is light, and in light there is darkness. Both of my aspects and natures are available to you and to all who call upon me. Know that I will help you wherever you are and in whatever phase of life you are. She says, bring to me your sorrows as well as your joys, and know that I will guide, protect, and sustain you. You will not be lost. Even when I lost Osiris in death, he came to me and resurrected, and he lives eternally in the realm of the dead. Yet he lives, and we are able to commune. Nothing is truly ever lost. but you must look for the magic to find the power of resurrection. And now it looks like the image is starting to fade. And I hear the wind gathering, and the goddess's voice says, "Call me, I am here whenever you need me." And the image is just faded out. Wow. That was really something. Wow, what an amazing experience. Now see, if you carry a scrying device with you, a little pendant like this, anytime you can sit down and commune with the spirit world. It's a wonderful way to have a mystical experience. So, yeah, I bought this on, I think it was on eBay. Look on eBay or Etsy for scrying pendants. You'll find them. They're not that cheap, but they're worth the money, I think. And so, I'm now wearing my pendant again. As you can see, I just wear it around my neck here. It's on a little black cord, and it's a wonderful piece of jewelry. And you see now, anywhere I go, I have a magical device with me. What a wonderful way to bring your magical tools with you. Also, by the way, I forgot to say welcome to the new people. We've had a lot of new subscribers this last month, and we welcome you to Spirit Channel. And if you're new here tonight and this is your first time watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will hit that subscribe button, be part of our channel. If you're a longtime subscriber, please help me. Give me thumbs up, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, post it on your Facebook. Tell people about what we do here at Spirit Channel. Also, for those of you who are new, you may say, why is this guy wearing this strange veil? Well, I am a Wiccan priest. And for those of you who are new here, you don't probably know that. But in the Wiccan tradition, many of us who are priests or priestesses also wear the veil. It goes back thousands of years ago. And in ancient Rome, the temple priests and the high priests, those who worship the ancient gods, would sometimes take the veil as a sign of consecration of their priesthood. And this tradition exists today in Wicca. So many Wiccans today wear the sacred veil as a sign of their consecration to the ancient ways. And so I wear the purple veil as a sign of my dedication to my priesthood as a priest of the Wicca. So that's why. So you'll see me wearing this from time to time, and it's just something I do as my form of devotion and honoring the ancient ways. Well, I'm going to head home and get this video out. I've so enjoyed it. Listen, guys, be back here tomorrow on Sunday. We're going to do a live broadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central time, 5 Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific time in the U.S. For those of you in Europe, it's midnight London time, 1 a.m. Paris time. So I hope you'll come out. We're going to do lives. It's called Sunday Night Hangout with Psychic Bob. It's going to be a live stream broadcast. We're going to have chit chat where you can talk and interact with me. I'll answer psychic questions. We're going to hang out and just have fun. So I hope you'll join us here 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. In the meantime, if you got nothing to do, go over to my website, PsychicBob.com, and register for this upcoming week's psychic class. Psychic development, we're going to talk more about how to connect with spirit guides. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to connect with deceased loved ones and people that you know. I hope you guys will join us for that. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, listen, thank you for being here. I love all of you. May all of you always blessed be. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess.